Demonstration of using Mercurial on GlassFish. In this demonstration, you can see that I've brought up a web page which shows my Mercurial repository running on GlassFish 3.1.1. In the repository, we have four repos for different projects. So the first thing I want to do is I want to show you that we're going to pull the data for a project called Beta, and we're going to use Authentication Basic. In this case, I'm using Wireshark to sniff the packets that are being transmitted over the wire. So we'll start our capture for Authentication Basic, and then we'll pull our repository. As you can see from my screen here, the repository I'm going to pull is on an HTTP on 8080. So this is a non-secure pull of the data using a baseline GlassFish 3.1.1 installation. So we'll pull the data. It's going to prompt me for a username and password. So the username is Mercurial, and the password is HG in this demo. And as you can see in the background, we actually captured some packets. In this case, we're interested in this particular packet because we're looking for something called authorization. Here we see that a basic authorization was sent with base64 encoding, indicating that we sent a username and password. Below it, it says credentials, which actually has it translated from base64 to actually what we sent in. So as you can see, it does actually say Mercurial and HG. So we'll clear this. And we'll start a new live capture. This time, when we pull the data, we'll actually be pulling the data in a more secure manner. Alright, so our previous one finished. Actually, since I'm running in a VM, it's a little slow. So we'll clear that. I'll start a new capture. Alright, so now we'll pull the data securely. In this case, you can actually see that we're pulling via HTTPS, and we're also on port 8181. Again, this is a baseline installation of GlassFish 3.1.1. So again, we'll pull it. We're capturing packets. We sent in our secure check. Since we haven't put the fingerprint for this particular server or put in a CA certs file to verify the validity of the server, it's actually giving us some complaints, although it's pulling the data. So if we list everything, we can actually see we pulled the original beta and we pulled beta secure. Notice in the background, though, that we do not have any files showing that anything was sent. Although down at the bottom of the screen down here, you can see that it's received 101 packets. There was no packets that were sent that actually indicated that we were non-secure. If I take off the expression, we can see that a whole bunch of data was sent, where we actually pulled stuff back and forth, but as you can see from the lower screen, this is all gibberish. So it actually is encrypted. Alright, so let's go back and put auth basic back on. So the next thing I want to do is I want to show you that even though we pulled the information securely, will it send it back securely? So let's go into our beta secure directory. We'll touch a file. And then we'll add that file. And we'll commit it. So we're going to commit our file. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to issue the command hg push. By default, it will push back to the server that it pulled its repo from. So in this case, since we haven't changed anything, it should transmit it back securely. and let's verify that. It's prompting us again. We're pushing our data back to the server, and we see nothing being captured in the background, and the number of packets has increased, as you can see from the bottom of the screen. And voila, it's transmitted back. Since it didn't transmit anything non-securely, we can verify that it actually was sent back. Added file X. So that completes my demonstration. Thank you for watching.